Hello, everyone. My name's Cassandra Ferrer, Miranda, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about ancient Mayan cuisine. So, the first question: who were the Mayas? So, the Maya were one of the main civilizations that lived in ancient Mesoamerica. They are known for a lot of the things that we see in modern society today and things that we use every single day. Their writing, their number systems, their calendar, a lot of the art and architecture that we see across the US as well originated from them. The name Maya actually came from the Spanish, who named them after the city of Mayapan in the Yucatan. Even though there were actually like multiple like subcultures of the Mayas. A lot of scholars still call them Maya because they spoke a lot of the same languages and shared a lot of the same customs, traditions, food, and culture. And that picture right there is actually one of their like traditional dances, and that's one of the actual leaders, like the elders of the Mayas that we see there. And moving on, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the staple ingredients. So there's corn, there's beans, there's avocado, and there's cacao. Cacao is actually the fruit that makes the chocolate, and it's actually a huge part of their diet. And along with these other ingredients, it's something that they have every single day in some type of form, whether it's breakfast, dinner, or lunch. They try incorporating these things for a lot of the health benefits that they reap. Moving on to my next slide. So this is actually one of the dishes that's very famous. It's called pukchuk, and this was actually a famous recipe that the Mayas had. It's a recipe for like grilled pork, basically. The simple pork meal, which developed in the Mayan Yucatan, is marinated, grilled, and is usually served with veggies, rice, and beans. This can be like your modern day like carne asada or like little gatherings. Like that's how they would like eat their meat, and it's not really surprising that it's so popular because they would actually cook all of the meat so they can be saved and you can eat it for multiple days, because the meat would actually go bad because obviously there was no refrigeration that would actually keep food good for a lot of days. So that's actually one of the dishes, and I've actually eaten this before, not necessarily called pukchuk, but like our own version of it in my culture, in my Mexican culture. And I just want to touch on what food plants are. So they're actually utilized for trade, funerals, ceremonies, and different purposes. And they have like different responsibilities in the actual civilization as far as like nutrition. That picture right there with the little seeds, they're actually called ramon, and it's a very much like a nutrient dense food. And it was actually used for famine because it had so much protein and nutrients that it held. And to fulfill these actual roles, they had to attain called active roles in their society, both being changed and changing the society around them. Plants would have to evolve and adapt to attract pollination from animals and cultivation by people. So that's why you see in the picture there with the like the mountains. It was called terraforming. So they would actually manipulate the land so the plants can grow better, and that's a lot what we see today. This tea right here is actually called balche, and it's produced from maize and used in ceremonies for food, for dedications, and it's just used in a lot of rituals in their religion. It's supposed to be calming, but it's a little bit more like a seltzer, like a modern day seltzer for them. The next slide, we're talking about chaya and chia superfoods. The first one being chaya, which is known for like kind of like a Mayan spinach, and it has a lot of health benefits that improves your blood circulation, your digestion, your vision, and your bone health. And they also use chia seeds, which means strength in the ancient Mayan language. Um, they were often eaten for energy and could be mixed with food, water, or juice because they had a lot of hydration, and it made people actually work for more hours. I also wanted to touch on, even though we may not be aware of it, the Maya civilization originated, discovered, and perfected several of our favorite delicacies centuries ago, like the michelada, your guacamole, your tamales, your tortillas. They all came from them. And moving on, I just wanted to share a quote that the General de las Cosas de Nueva España said. because it is our existence, because it is our life, because it walks, because it moves, because it is happy, because it laughs, because it lives, food. And further on, food keeps living things on earth. By it, the world is alive. We are filling the world. Our total hope is food. That was basically the Mayas saying, and food was essentially their superpower. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. I greatly appreciate it. And these are my sources. I'll actually share a slide of it. I don't know why they're not showing up right now, but thank you so much.